The year was 1948. My mother was a second-generation Christian Scientist. My father was newly returned from the war. I was born without drugs as my mother managed her pain with the scientific statement of being. There is no life, truth, intelligence, nor substance in matter. All is infinite mind and its infinite manifestation, for God is all in all. On these sacred words I entered this world. My parents called me Karen. I played horse, I danced, I ran in the wind. I grew luscious curves and admired my body. I was voted best figure. I was in the in crowd. But I had a mind that was also amazing, and scholarship offers poured into me. I chose Santa Barbara to be close to the ocean. I wrote my first poem, which still sings in me. Wind-swept hair, outstretched arms, reach forth to embrace life. Youth is within me. The world has no limits. Free, strong, and independent am I, poised on the brink of self-discovery and understanding. Life offers room to think, to feel. God offers courage to love. What price is paying for the joy, peace, and strength that preceded? Of what use are facades? Beauty finds its deepest expression in simple honesty. Truth, integrity, compassion shall conquer my world. Love shall be my atom bomb. 1966, Santa Barbara, California. I wind danced that year at the edge of the ocean. The goddess began her expression through me. I enacted a myth that arose from my being, the myth of a god who came forth from the sea, bringing to life that which was in me, seeding the future of who I would be. I served in the Peace Corps in Togo, West Africa. No water, no power, no English, no friends. A year of dysentery and deep mental testing. What was the metal of which I was made? And then there was EST, a 2-weekend training, the answer I'd longed for, the purpose I'd sought, positive people making a difference. I moved to San Francisco and started assisting. I discovered my power. I helped EST succeed. I met a great man and began a great marriage. We started a business, we bought our own home, we birthed magic children, we made magic love. And then a time came when we saw some contraction, a crack in the clay that gave shape to our lives. And so we engaged a very big question. What is it that makes a relationship contract? And how do you create a relationship that continuously expands? When you ask a big question, you get a big process. We lost our business, we lost our boat, we lost our money, we lost control. My husband met a woman with whom he was fated. Their lifetime connection began at that time. But Spirit was guiding this difficult process. We were in the dark times before the sun's rise. A shaman had come and we'd done ayahuasca. It had awakened us each beyond what we dreamed. We began to get high on ego reduction, observing our process, rooting out fear, bonding together as spiritual partners, growing our love through spiritual truth. And finally, we started teaching and sharing the wisdom we'd gained from the journey we'd made. We created our course, the Mind of Love Training, a 3-day intensive that transformed your life. We taught for 10 years to thousands of people. We made a huge difference. We worked as a team. And still the time came when the goddess was calling. A whisper she shouted each day in my ear. If you don't stop doing what you are doing, you're not going to do what you came here to do. And so I did stop. I surrendered to Goddess. I accepted the call she had placed on my life. I pledged myself fully to be her expression. I gave up my mission as mother and wife. Not that I left or abandoned my children, not that I left or stopped loving my mate, but there was a call that was placed on my spirit, the call of Inanna who'd come unto me. 3 separate times in 3 separate journeys, she laid claim to my body, she rewired my brain. And yes, I said yes to be her expression. Yes, I'd return her most ancient name. Yes, I would birth a new goddess temple. Yes, I would teach divine mythic love. Yes, I would live a life of devotion. Yes, I would be the goddess alive. So death came and claimed my beautiful husband, freeing my life to fulfill her design. And here I am now, these many years after, making it count as he asked of me. Sharing with you these seminal moments, touchstones and teachings that highlight my life. May the wisdom within them guide your own journey. May you glean value. May you gain truth. May the life that I lead and the love that I offer teach you and touch you and transform your life. Loving you free, I am Alorah Inanna, the goddess alive. Return, the story of a woman's initiation. Who is the sacred prostitute? How might she manifest in our everyday lives? At what great cost have we lost our relation to her? The journey of womanhood leaves many confused. Its destinies no longer fulfill us. The passage from girl to maid to wife to mother is no longer our single destination. What is our real passage of becoming? A passage which, no matter its form, internally completes and stabilizes our lives. Could it be that the energy we must recover is the energy of the priestess in the temple? Do we each long, deep beneath even our conscious knowing, for the unknown knowing of the sacred aura? How do we return to the temple?
Certainly the place that I know the value of our work the most is in that and who we've been for and with each other through that experience. I have the deepest respect for our work with each other during that time and for the value we've both gotten from it and who we've been in the matter. As a result of that conversation, I began to feel like I was in a process with you. I began to experience our partnership some and know that I was in a space that you could even tell me about, and that I actually was getting my job done, and you actually were getting your job done, that you were really leading, and we were really on a spiritual path, and I really am coming along right behind you, going, duplicating your experience. So I got some satisfaction out of that experience last night, and it made a major difference in my day-to-day. But overall, it has been the best process of my life. Overall, who I've come to be in knowing the capacity I have to love somebody and allow them their process and to not need them to be the source of my own self-worth has made me a woman that I would not go back to that other woman for anything. I would never, ever go back to the consciousness that I held before. So what happened was, years went by. And there was a place where Michael began to talk about being monogamous because he wanted to be monogamous because of his energy, like he was saying. He wanted to focus on his spirituality and things, and he didn't want that much energy going out.
And it was stunning to me when he started talking about monogamy that I saw all of a sudden I had never chosen monogamy. I was being monogamous to try to get him to be monogamous. It wasn't something I had picked for myself. And all of a sudden, when there was no need for me to do it, to try to get him to do it, I got to look and go, wait a minute, what about me? Do I want monogamy? And I thought, I don't know. I mean, the reality of choosing no sexuality with anybody, even though I'd been years and years and years only sexual with him, to choose it like something I was going to do for the rest of my life, that was, wait a minute here. And I began to look at the thing and I saw that I was not choosing it. I was afraid of non-monogamy. So I kept thinking, I know where a conscious relationship takes you, and a conscious relationship takes you to monogamy, so I'm just going to jump there. But you see, I could never know that I was there out of choice and not out of fear of the non-monogamy process. What I looked at was I saw that for me to ever really get complete with this thing, I had to go through the experience of non-monogamy. That I needed to choose that and experience that so that I could then really make a choice in this area. See, nothing's like your pictures. My experience was that when this man showed up and I was having fun and excitement with him, my fun and excitement with him came home and contributed to my fun and excitement with Michael. Like I had sexual energy running, and it was running all the time, and it was running over into him also. I was having a wonderful time. I'd come home and I want to tell him about it, and to whatever degree he couldn't listen, it just pissed me off that he wasn't able to hear what I had to say. And I realized, I had not been that kind of, well, I've been pretty good, but I haven't been like, oh, was it fabulous? Did you have a great time? What you guys, and was it, how is she? I wasn't like that. And I wanted him to be like that with me. And he was, pretty much. And the only place that there got to be stuff about it was the degree to which I was comparing him and finding him short. That was where trouble came. And it was totally because I began to do that. So it just was like an enormously useful process. And like I said, where I came out of it is that I don't hold myself a way anymore. I don't have a boundary around myself.
So, well, I just want to say that tonight Michael and I led the graduate course, or Michael led the graduate course, and I hung out in the room. And and we had a big conversation on the way home about our lives and about a process that I'm in with a relationship that I'm going into. And he's just been great. He's just been phenomenal. And I'm very present too. My love for you. So, what did you want to say?
I've been here a long time, everybody.
You've been
Yeah,
dealing with it.
your process is always going to, your partner's process is definitely going to take longer than you have the patience for. A one long relationship.
We were in the middle of a conversation. I just want to keep talking. Where's the stuff? Where's our illegal substances? Nobody's kisses I like as much as yours.
Kissing.
What I was telling him earlier was that my body loves his body. It's like everywhere I touch, my hand goes.
Do tell. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it likes that size. Oh, it likes this roundness. Oh, it likes this hair. Oh, it likes this firm, strong thing. Oh, it likes this round head, this little round head underneath, a big round head under its hand.
Okay.
likes those lips. And then we talked about how the body just, like that's all it's about for the body. What feels good? Feels good, like that, like that. So, you were saying something. Come on, come back. Be your brilliant self.
I can't be. What do you want me to do here? What
Stop.
am I going to do? I've had a long day. Life.
Okay, well then, next month.
Are you sure you're doing all this on film?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you're crazy.
This is how my good husband is when he's been dealing with his wife being an infidel. Found out today that I
Again.
have actually been an infidel today or recently.
No.
My goodness, what a good man I've got.
Long suffering.
And how
Hey, Nuger. Come here.
Hi, Mom. You put pepper on it.
That's pretty spicy.
Mom, shut up! I don't like you when you're like this.
You don't like me with my arms around you?
No, I don't like you when you're like, that's for the spice in you.
Hey, Nuger.
Hi, Mama.
I'm so happy for you, girl, to know that. You do know that, don't you, baby?
No!
You know that you are my perfect daughter. I was telling this lady about you yesterday. I was saying, I got more than I ever possibly dreamed I could give you, girl. Any love on these covers? Looks like a Madonna. Look at these eyebrows. These are the kids that our bodies made. Isn't that amazing? Dear Michael, I acknowledge you for your loyalty as a husband and father. You've been a loyal husband and father, Michael.
You've done well. Wife and mother. All these years.
The creation of the course. I acknowledge you for the creation of the course. You did it from nothing.
Right.
And it's been fabulous. Something of, I acknowledge you for your commitment to serving others. That's always what you've been bringing forward whenever you were pressed. That's where your attention went. I acknowledge you for your ability to see, to perceive, to see, for your magnificent sexuality, for the fun you can be, for your breadth and dimension, your creativity, the love you give to our children, your interest in working on yourself, your intelligence, education, and consciousness, your physical beauty, the contribution you've made to our home, the space you've allowed me in our relationship, the money you've made, and the devoted friendship you've given me. I complete our relationship without rejection. I pray for its further development above the line. Thank you for being my center these many years. I'm
think it's the end. No. It's another beginning. Another beginning. It's knowing that you're loved. Knowing that you're loved. It's not easy letting yourself be loved. Because we've learned to judge ourselves. And we're always judging ourselves. But I learned to listen, that I was loved. I was loved. And then I would forget that I was loved. Those were the most painful times for me. Forgetting that I was loved. So you've let yourself be loved while you've been here. And you've judged yourself. And you've forgotten that you were loved. And you became alone. But you will always be here. You are blessed. You are forgiven. You are an angel.
So this is the way
You
that
have to listen that you're loved.
we are sending you off, Michael. As your beloved Awaken.
All the time. Listen that you're loved. And forgive all the time. You are love. Farewell, my son. Farewell, my daughter.
And his own drawing, his drawing
Farewell, my father.
of sexuality.
Farewell, my mother.
Of
Farewell,
relationship,
my sister. Farewell, my brother.
of charm,
Thank you for letting
and
me
of
love
strength.
you.
So here is our symbol, the King Menkaure and his queen from Giza, 2525 BC. This is the love that we share and have shared these many centuries. May your death mark the end of the period where the male and female principles did not understand their relationships and locked in power struggles with each other. May it begin the time when the creative force of the female is fulfilled by the active force of the male. And may we reincarnate again and again and again in true partnership with each other. Intimacy. It's what we're all wanting. It's what the child seeks unconsciously when it comes forth from the womb. It's what our spirits seek intently when they engage in deep union. It is a universally desired state of existence, missing too often in our so busy lives. So what is intimacy, and how can we have it? As a woman who has worked with thousands of people who are consciously exploring their intimate lives, I have come to believe that intimacy is important to practice, that there are pathways to intimacy that are divine to explore, and that, as the ancient Zen master said, what you practice, you become. So welcome to divine intimacy, and it is my privilege and pleasure to contribute to your intimate life.
This is a type of body nourishment that I think human organisms are just starved for.
The conversation changes from a head conversation to a body conversation. Breath and breathing conversation.
One of the truer forms of love, I think. Because it's sharing a moment with another person.
Yeah.
Rather than inflicting my desire on that person. Learning how to let that person be who they are while I get to be me.
It was really, really powerful with everybody for me, and I kept getting teary.
Yeah. I don't know, I felt something that I've never really felt before. I just felt free. I just felt like a warmth feeling. I don't know, it's just goodness all over, pretty much.
My experience is of calling a celestial being out to play.
Calling a celestial being out to play.
Yeah.
So one of the favorite ways that they like to play was to actually sit before one another, one-on-one, and look into each other's eyes and see the truth that we're all one essence, and have the experience of the truth that we're all one essence. Yes. And for the differences of the forms to fade away into the background while still maintaining the individuality.
In my early experiences with this beautiful vine, this beautiful root, this beautiful, tended, preyed upon, mesmerized substance in my first experiences with that, there came a being who was so exquisite, I could not believe it. And she was so feminine and so compassionate and so exquisite. And I was just like, oh my God, to be with that beauty and that level of love and just this, it's just like, oh my God, I just want. I'm feeling it become it. And so that's who came 3 times. And this was so huge an experience.
Beloved, receive yourself. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Receive yourself.
So beautiful.
like, oh gosh. She's like that, you know, like just lift up and take that. Just take her, get your arms up and let this being in.
of the stars, and we are the
welcome to each of you. I'm so grateful you're here. Let's all take a moment to just honor each other and celebrate this day and everyone that is here to be an expression of the Divine Feminine. So our purpose today is to deeply feed our feminine spirits, to free women to step out of their story of who they are as 21st century women with whatever loves and divorces and children and money and cars and things that they have, and forget all of that and remember who you really are. An emissary of the Divine Feminine and the most important energy on the planet, to bring peace and to bring pleasure and to bring abundance and joy. So welcome to each of you. I'm so blessed by your presence. Thank you so much for being here. It's a privilege to share space with you and to know you. And I want us to close our eyes for a moment and drop into the moment and recognize that you are here today to be an embodiment of the Divine Feminine. Have you heard the truth? The truth about Mary? Mary is the Divine Feminine. She is Mary the Mother, Mary the Lover, and Mary the Plant. She is everything we need to thrive on the planet. Stand up and tell your truth about Mary, and help change our future by changing her name. Who art thou, Mary? Who art thou truly? I am a path into the moment. I am a path out of the mind. I am a door to sensuous beauty. I am a door to connection divine. I am the goddess in all her expressions. I am spirit within you, guiding your life. I am mother, lover, and healer, transcendent perception, a world beyond time. Hail, Mary, full of grace, the goddess is in thee. Blessed art thee amongst all creations, and blessed is the fruit of thy body. Holy Mary, lover of us all, we adore the world you offer before us, and open to living and being your love. Hail, Mary. This is an understanding of how abundance flows in the holistic system. What we're looking at here is the masculine values of wealth, sex, and spirit. And time, pleasure, and play are the feminine concern. So in a holistic system, when we feel that our survival needs are met, we're not scrambling in that moment for food or housing, we feel like we have time. And what do we want to do with our time? Something that turns us on. And why? Because it brings us pleasure. And what is pleasure? Pleasure is the felt experience of spirit. That's why we often say, oh God, when we come, because we feel spirit. Very different than sitting in a church hearing a concept of spirit. So the felt experience of spirit makes us know that life is a game, it's a play, it's all working. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We aren't born, we don't die. There's not really anything at stake here except our own evolution. So in the sense of life as a play that we can trust, we begin to play and create, and that gives us the felt experience of wealth. So this is the 6-cylinder engine that drives life in its most easeful form, running along with no obstruction to the flow. Energy will flow to sexuality. That's natural. It's not wrong, it's just natural. But what's necessary is that that energy then flows to spirit. And when that energy flows to spirit, it gives you a felt experience of wealth.